Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a massive shift in modern commerce. We're talking about how everyday creators are building highly scalable online businesses, completely bypassing all that traditional retail logistics stuff. We're going to tear down the mechanics of digital products, move way past the basic definitions, and really dig into the unit economics that make this space so incredibly lucrative.
I mean, you've definitely scrolled past a $17 Canva template or a $9 ebook online and thought to yourself, wait, how is someone actually making a living selling something I can't even hold? We literally see these intangible items everywhere now, but the actual unit economics behind how they generate recurring income, it is fascinating. It's honestly a complete masterclass in margin structure, and that's exactly what we're breaking down for you today.
So, here's our roadmap for today. First, what are digital products? Then we'll do a quick showdown, digital versus physical goods, look at popular types that actually sell, weigh the pros, cons, and reality, and wrap up with 5 actionable steps to get you launched. Okay, let's dive right into part 1. What exactly are digital products? At their core, digital products are just intangible assets. We're talking files, media, or locked online access. But strategically, they represent a complete decoupling of time from income. Whether your buyer is sitting in New York or Sydney, this product never touches a postal system. There's no physical object to hold, ship, or store, and that completely eliminates supply chain friction from your business model. You're effectively selling formatted data, which, is instantly transmittable anywhere on Earth. There's this quote that brilliantly illustrates the whole philosophy. Create once, deliver automatically, and sell again and again. This is all about pure leverage. You front-load your effort to build the asset one single time, and the internet handles the distribution infinitely. Instead of trading your hours for a single paycheck, you're building a digital asset that just keeps working for you in the background long after you've finished creating it. All right, moving on to part 2. Let's set up a direct showdown, digital versus physical goods. When you put these two models head-to-head, the massive friction points of traditional retail become, honestly, glaringly obvious. Think about it. Physical goods require tangible objects boxed up and shipped via mail. Digital goods? Total instant gratification. Physical inventory restricts you to whatever your warehouse capacity and cash flow can handle, but digital inventory is literally infinite. And what if you spot a typo or need to update some info? Updating a digital file takes what, a few seconds? But a physical error requires an incredibly costly manufacturing recall and a complete halt to your fulfillment. Which brings us to the single most important number in this entire business model: 0. We are talking about zero marginal cost. Yes, obviously, the upfront time investment to design a planner, code a template, or record a whole course is high. But the cost to produce, package, and ship your 1,000th copy is exactly the same as your very first. It's practically zero. You have no raw materials, no factory delays, and absolutely no shipping carriers eating away at your profit margins. It's almost entirely pure profit on every single subsequent sale. So, what does this actually look like in practice? Let's get into part 3, popular types that sell. The sheer variety in this space is just staggering. We're seeing massive success with ebooks and guides, like the Unfuck Your Limits ebook we saw mentioned in our sources. Then you've got printables, advanced Notion templates, and those ready-to-post Canva marketing bundles. And on the higher end of the spectrum, you have comprehensive online courses and recurring subscription-based memberships. These formats absolutely dominate the market right now because they do one of two crucial things. They either solve a highly specific, painful problem, or they save the buyer hours and hours of tedious setup time. And here is the best part. You really don't need to be some tech genius or software engineer to build these assets. The most successful everyday creators are simply monetizing their existing routines and systems. It's the primary school teacher turning her evening lesson planning into printable math worksheets. It's a busy mom packaging her own weekly meal planner and grocery lists. Or a blogger turning her growth tactics into a downloadable visual guide. They aren't inventing brand new complex technologies. They're just taking their own practical solutions and formatting them so others can buy and implement them immediately. So the crucial point here is understanding the whole picture. Let's pivot to part 4, pros, cons, and reality. The operational perks here are undeniably massive. Your startup costs are incredibly low because, you aren't signing commercial leases for warehouse space or buying bulk inventory. Plus, you operate a truly global 24/7 storefront. Because of automated delivery, a customer in Texas and another in Brisbane can both check out at 3 a.m. and they both receive their products instantly. It's perfectly scalable, it's adaptable to almost any niche imaginable, and it's completely agile if the market suddenly pivots. But let's do a quick reality check here, right? Because this isn't just some get-rich-quick glitch in the matrix. Market saturation is a very real challenge. Popular categories, like basic daily planners, are incredibly crowded, which means you need a really sharp, distinct marketing angle to survive. You also face intellectual property risks, because let's face it, files can be pirated and redistributed. Then there's platform dependence. You're often at the mercy of algorithm changes and non-negotiable transaction fees. And finally, automated delivery definitely does not equal zero work. You're always going to have ongoing customer support needs for things like locked accounts or lost passwords.
All right, let's move to our final section and see how this all builds together. Part 5, 5 steps to start. If you want to actually execute on this, here is a highly practical 5-step framework for absolute beginners. Step 1, choose one specific, painful problem to solve. Step 2, pick a low-friction, beginner-friendly format like a simple PDF. Step 3, outline your content completely before you ever open a design tool. Seriously, this prevents you from getting bogged down in the aesthetics before the actual value is there. Step 4, set a clear promise and a price. And Step 5, upload and launch on a dedicated platform. The real beauty of Step 5 is that the platform software handles all those complex payment gateways, tax calculations, and delivery mechanics totally in the background for you. I do want to isolate Step 4 for a second, though, because this is where a lot of creators stumble. You've got to implement value-based pricing. You should price your product based on the transformation it provides and the time it saves the buyer, not just the sheer number of hours you spent creating it. The true value of your digital asset isn't the PDF file itself. It's the result it guarantees, the specialized knowledge it imparts, or the massive headache it prevents for your end user. Which brings us to our final thought. The barrier to entry for building a scalable online business has literally never been lower. You don't need a factory, you don't need a massive logistics partner, and you certainly don't need to manage physical inventory. You really just need an idea and the willingness to package it into a highly leverageable format. So you don't need a factory to start. What problem can you solve today? Think about it. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope you feel totally equipped to go out and build your own digital leverage.